Guys, how's it going? Eli here, back with another video where today we're going to be having a conversation about my top 5 pickups for the end of August leading into September. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So this is the week we are resuming our weekly giveaways again. As always, if you want to enter in, all you have to do is be subscribed, leave a like, comment down below, and any of the videos record each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Of course, since you can comment and like on each video, that allows you for multiple entries. And then we're going to have 3 winners that are each going to be receiving 12 Lost Origin booster packs. So we're giving out a full booster box each and every week. That's going to be given out next week. For those of you that don't know, we've got the release literally right around the corner. Super excited to be having a conversation about that. But yeah, multiple opportunities to win and multiple opportunities to enter. So jumping into it, for those of you guys that don't know, I usually like to do at least one video a month where I give a recap of kind of what my top 5 picks are for the month. It's a interchangeable list, so you'll have some product that will kind of pop up, and they're going to be, very common themes of, hey, this one's been on the list for the past 2 months. Well, it's because it's still a good opportunity and people are sleeping on it, and I'm going to keep talking about it because I don't want you guys to miss out. And then there's going to be new product that I'm going to be talking about, and it's going to be an honest to God great opportunity for you to pick up on, which is why it's kind of switching out some of the other ones. But we'll try and make this video not too long, and I'm also going to give my preface on what I think will be good prices that I realistically want to be able to pick these products up for. So without further ado, jumping into the first one, it's going to be Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Boxes. For those of you guys that don't know, we had an Evolving Skies reprint just recently happen. Price of it went from $68, so around $70-ish. It's now sitting at around the $51, $52 price range. The new MSRP, obviously, thanks to inflation, is around $45 for a lot of stores. However, if you can pick it up for that $40 price range or less, I think that's kind of going to be my target price of entry to be able to pick up a lot of these things. Taxes not included. Obviously, if you include taxes, then great, that's even better. But this item, for those of you that don't know, but you probably already do, Evolving Skies is arguably the best set in the Sword and Shield era block. ETBs are highly collectible items. It isn't too often that you tend to see reprints for ETBs. Booster boxes are a lot more common for reprints because they're so much easier to reprint. All you have to do with booster boxes, you reprint the packs, you're good to go. ETBs, you reprint the sleeves, you reprint the dice, you reprint the booklets, a lot of things that go into reprinting it. So you'll generally see, maybe 1 or 2 reprints after the initial release. Elite Trainer boxes are known for having those small prints versus booster boxes will have anywhere between 2, 3, 4 plus reprints. And we're not even talking about just initial waves. We're kind of out of the wave phase of Pokemon as it stands. We're no longer in those high demand period supply chain issues. So it's just a really good opportunity, I think, at that kind of price point. Like I said before, if you can get it for $40 or cheaper, obviously we're looking at it on this site, it's $52, but as you guys are probably aware, you'll be able to find it at other places for much cheaper. I know for myself, on my website, I was selling it for around $45. Still not a terrible price to pick it up at. And of course, I'm not going to try and sell myself on it. It's a fair price, but it's not like, oh my God, long-term investment price. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what we're talking here from that perspective. $40 or lower is kind of what I would be looking at if I'm trying to do mass pickups. But I still won't fault you for $45 because, this is a very much long-term play. You look at a lot of the Elite Trainer boxes that have kind of accrued value over the past year to year and a half. They're pushing $90 to $100+ depending upon which one we're having a conversation about. So there's a ton of value to be made there. We've seen what happened with Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage. these ETBs absolutely popped off, and this is coming from the highest demand set, which on its release was selling for like $50 to $55-ish. So I don't think we've ever seen this actual product be at an MSRP price considering how high the demand is. So taking that into consideration, like I said before, $45, I'm not going to fault you at it, but $40 to $35 is kind of what my target range for picking these up is going to be at. Now the next item, who would have guessed it? The Sword and Shield Ultra Premium Collection Charizard. Yes, I know, I feel like this is a given. For those of you that don't know, this item is going to include 3 alternate art Charizards, a V-Star, a V-Max, and a just general V card. it is an absolute monster of a box, to say the least. I think that this specific item, as discussed in my last video, this was an item that is kind of a makeup for the ultra premium collection prices not being so readily available, because for those of you that don't know, ultra premium collection, the original 25th anniversary one, it was selling for around $120 is the MSRP price, but the market price has been pretty much in the $250 plus range. So this overall item itself is going to basically make up for that. Why, you ask? Because it is selling at $260 right now. It's because the print is so much higher. I got an 8 count of the ultra premium collections for the 25th anniversary on my allocations. For this one, I got 32. If you're watching this now, I'm actually going to be listing the ultra premium collections on my site relatively soon here for the Charizard box. We're going to make it a case limit, so you can only order up to 4. It's going to be $209.99 when we first list it. But in regards to the overall value that I think you're going to be able to pick up for this box, and it's going to be at a lot better of a price, I think that's going to be the main appeal for a box like this. Obviously, if you can pick it up at MSRP, if there's not really scalpers in your area, then awesome. That'd be a great price to be able to pick it up at $120. Highly doubt that's going to be possible for a lot of people. So if you are picking it up secondhand, I think $150 to $180 is a pretty solid range, kind of hovering around the low, kind of 200s at the worst case scenario. Not the biggest fan of that price. Preferably, I would prefer to get it in the mid 100s to the kind of slight upper end, so like in the 170s, 180 range is what I'm personally looking for. But I think as far as what I saw, 209 obviously on our site is the cheapest that I've seen anywhere. Most of our competitors that sold for 220, 230, they sold out relatively fast. So I mean, we'll see how quickly this sells out when it goes live. But even then, once again, I'm still going to discourage people if you're talking about picking up in large quantities. I mean, we're on a limit anyway, but if you're trying to talk about from a long-term investment perspective, I'm really going to mention that you should probably look for in the hundreds range. It's going to be a lot more of an incentive that way, which for us, it also disincentivizes scalpers, because you best be believing I've had many offers of individuals trying to come in and swoop them up for that price range, and I am not going to allow scalpers to buy up all of the inventory on this, because this is a hotly contested item that you're going to more than likely see people fight over at your local Target and Walmarts. So once again, MSRP $120 on the item, $150, $180. I don't think there's really much that else I need to kind of tell you about this box. It's a Charizard box. It has 3 alternate arts, and it comes with 16 packs and a playmat. Tons of value with this item. Now the next one, a little bit interesting. For those of you that don't know, in my last video where I talked about reprints with the Evolving Skies ETBs, I also mentioned there were some Pokemon Go ETBs that got printed as well. This is also being represented in the fact that the prices are still going down. This is $43, if you're including shipping or shipping free, depending upon who you're buying it from on the site. You'd probably be able to pick it up for cheaper elsewhere for 40 to, lower than that. For those of you that are wondering what the wholesale price is of this, it's $35. So MSRP is $50 for this product. As I mentioned before, I was not the biggest fan of Pokemon Go. If you'd watched my videos, I talked about my disdain for it. But one of the things I have mentioned is I do think this is going to be one of these sets that long-term will still do well. The reasoning for this, it is a specialty set. And regardless of the fact of the matter, whether as a whole the set sucks, it has those character strong cards that are going to allow it to have value long term. People are going to look back on it the same way people look back on Shining Legends now. Shining Legends at its time was considered to be an absolutely terrible set. Wasn't a lot to love there. Now it's one of those sets that people are clamoring over, which is why the prices for the packs are so expensive. This is what's going to be the Pokemon Go Elite Trainer box. I think this is what's going to happen with this specific item. You've got your Mewtwo alternate art. I know I might not be the biggest fan of it. I know a lot of people are huge fans of the alternate art, and it's seen to have a very hotly debated artwork, to say the least, between the clans of liking and not liking. But it is an alternate art of Mewtwo one way or another. It's obviously got the Dragonite in it, and as crazy as it sounds, it doesn't need much else, because as long as it's a strong character card, it is going to be able to carry the set, kind of like Champion's Path, kind of like Darkness Ablaze, kind of like Vivid Voltage. You just throw on 1 or 2 of these strong characters, Charizard, Pikachu's, Mewtwo's, Dragonites, whatever they look like, they're going to add value, and I think that's what's going to happen here. But honestly, outside of that, the reason why I love this so much is because you're getting this $7 below MSRP. You're getting this $8 above wholesale. which is a great price, absolutely amazing price, and that's off a TCG player. Like, if we're talking about where you're able to go pick this up outside of TCG player, you're probably able to get it for $40 or less. I myself was picking it up for $35 from my distributor's page. They had to drop the price down to $32 because it wasn't selling that much. So, you know, the value of this item has done nothing but drop, and I think that's going to be really good as far as a long-term pickup play, especially considering it was specific to a Pokemon Go set. So I think there's also going to add a little bit of value of nostalgia to that, even though Pokemon Go is not at its peak right now. There's still a lot of people that will look at that from a nostalgic lens. The next item, I had this on my list last month, and this is going to continue to stay on this list as long as it's on the Pokemon Center website, and you can pick it up anywhere else for $25. Pokemon TCG Arceus figure collection. What can I say about this box? It has a Cosmic Eclipse pack in it, 2 Brilliant Stars, and a Chilling Reign. So in the 4-pack selection, the worst pack is Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign is a pretty solid set. So that's a pretty good pack selection for starters. Second off, next up, you got your Brilliant Star packs, arguably the second or third best set. Like I said, arguably, I think so far is the second best set. And that's something that's going to be awesome to pick up. And then finally, Cosmic Eclipse, arguably one of the best sets in the Sun and Moon era. And it is a pack that is selling for around $10. So literally, you take the pack selection value, you're getting a ton of value out of it for $25, and you're also getting a figure of Arceus out of it, absolutely gorgeous figure design, and you're getting a promo card. I mean, what's there not to love about this box? I think $25 is an absolute steal. Obviously, if you can pick it up for cheaper, even better, but I think that this is going to be an item that is going to have a significant amount of value to it. As I've mentioned before, for those people that don't know, one of the reasons why I'm such a huge fan of this specific box. All right, there it is. Sword and Shield figure collection, the Galar Pals box. So for those people that are wanting to compare it to, it has a Cosmic Eclipse pack, it has 2 Rebel Clash packs, and then it also has a Sun and Moon Guardians Rising pack. Guardians Rising, not one of the best sets. Rebel Clash, arguably one of the worst sets in the Sword and Shield era block, but then it has a Cosmic Eclipse. Value of this, like I said before, was going for around $25, similar to the Arceus, except for now it's worth $120. Imagine this exact same box, except it has even better promos to add to it, you know, with the Arceus. And don't get me wrong, like, it was its own specialty design. The promo is gorgeous for the Pikachu card, but I think as far as the figure value alone with an Arceus, it's going to hold up better. And then the pack selection on this is going to be much greater, and it's going to add much more value to it long term. So personally, I think that this is one of my favorite pickups on this list still, regarding the fact that it is priced what it is priced at. Now, last but not least, it's finally time that we mention a booster box. I know it's been a while since I've mentioned a good booster box to pick up, a good booster box price, and this one's going to come at maybe a little bit of surprise, but Lost Origins booster box. So, Lost Origin, what to say about this set? I mean, if we just kind of take a look and see what is in the set from an alternate art perspective, you've got a Rotom, you've got an Aerodactyl, you have got a Galarian Berserker, and then you've got yourself a Giratina. That's kind of it as far as the alternate art. Something, you know, nothing, you know, mind-boggling to kind of have a conversation about. It's got some cool rainbow rares, nothing crazy to talk about. Where we get into the fun of this set, we now have officially seen the full leak of the set list. It is going to have a Charizard character rare card. It's going to have not only a Pikachu common character rare card, but it's also going to have an uncommon one, and it's also going to have a VMAX variation one, and it's going to have a gold VMAX Pikachu, a Mew gold black card, and it's going to have so much more that is added to the overall character rare slot. So I think the character rares, we had talked about this when the leaks first happened. This has added an absolute ton of value, I think, to the set, which is going to make it arguably the second or third best set. And I know this might, you know, sound as a hot take, but I think what really adds the most value, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Giratina fan, but there's something about this artwork that the Aerodactyl that absolutely has me in love with this card and has added a lot of value for me personally to this set. I absolutely love this art design. I've never been like a major Aerodactyl fan. I'm like, yeah, it's a cool card, but you know, I've always been like a Rampardos fan because I grew up with Gen 4 and I've always liked other fossil type Pokemon. So for me, an Aerodactyl card that looks this gorgeous with all the back art drops, I think this is going to add so much value. Not to mention we've already had some cards that have been shown off in regards to what could be potentially future competitively viable cards. And as you guys are aware, we just had Worlds. Worlds is going to bring a ton of value now that competitive cards are going to be seen a lot in regional tournaments and other tournaments alike, since the competitive scene is back and better than ever. So I really do like the fact that we're going to be getting, you know, some cool alternate artwork. We're going to be getting a cool character rare list, and then we're also going to be getting some other cards that are going to add value to the competitive scene. So question everyone's always going to be asking, Eli, what is the best price that you think you should pick this up for? Personally speaking, I know this is sitting at around 103, and I'm going to tell you to hold off at 103 as the price point. It's not a terrible price point by any means, but I would not be surprised if this box did end up dropping in value. So for those people that don't remember, the price of the booster box for Astral Radiance right before the release was sitting at around $110. So it came out May 28th, if I'm correct. So it started to push 108 near the back end of it, and at its low it hit around $100, but it's about $6 from its low. Although that might not seem like a lot, but considering the fact of the matter that Lost Origin is already there, and we still got about a week and a half before the set itself is released on the 9th. So in terms of the overall continuation of this price point continuing to drop on TCG Player alone, let alone other sites, I could realistically see this drop on TCG Player to $95, you know, maybe in the high 90s outside of that, and then other sites, I wouldn't be surprised if you could pick it up for that $95 to $90-ish price point, and that's kind of where my target price is going to be, as MSRP for this item is $144 and wholesale is $86, but booster boxes are a beast of their own, where wholesale is where we kind of try and pick them up for. So, you know, it's more than likely going to be case specials where you're buying a full case's worth. If you can get them for 86, if you can get them for 90, if you can get them for close to that wholesale price, then awesome. But my whole price point is anything under $100 is great, especially if you're buying it as a single unit. And then once you start getting into case value, if you can get it for $95 to cheaper, then awesome. If you're getting it for $95 to cheaper, not having to buy cases, then that's even better. But of course, that's not going to be realistic for everyone to be able to afford that. So I think this is going to be a set that is going to rise up in the ranks in regards to popularity. Obviously, I would love to see what the kind of polls are going to be for this set, because, you know, poll rates are always going to play a major factor into the demand of a set. But as far as what we're seeing right now, this is shaping up to be a pretty solid set to kind of finish up the rest of the 2020 as well as the Sword and Shield block. But as far as it goes, those are my 5 picks. Once again, just quickly going over them: Evolving Skies Elite Trainer Box, Sword and Shield Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, Pokemon Go Elite Trainer Box, the Arceus V Figure Collection Box, as well as the Lost Origin Booster Box. So hopefully you guys found this video informative, and hopefully you guys at least took some enjoyment out of seeing the product. And of course, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research. But yeah, I think there's some good product I'm excited about, and there's going to be a lot more exciting product to finish up the year of 2022. I think Pokemon is going to absolutely, hit it. I think things are starting to turn around. It's not surprising, obviously, to me, because as I mentioned many times before, you know, holiday seasons are when Pokemon product and Pokemon reprints start to ramp up. But it's nice that we're finally starting to see a glimpse of that as summer comes to its end. But if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, all you have to do is be subscribed, leave a like, comment down below on any of the pre-recorded videos we post each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. As always, we're going to have 3 winners that will each be receiving 12 Lost Origin booster packs. Those are going to be given out on the release of the overall set. And we're going to continue to give those packs out until we have our upcoming set after that. But 3 opportunities to enter, and then 3 opportunities to win. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Until then, I will see you all on Wednesday. Peace.